Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and hello to all of you. I'm Dr. Aisha. This is the tutorial questions for master budget topics. Alright, now we are going to read the question together and we're going to solve this problem. And basically in this question, you need to prepare the master budget for this company. Okay, once you receive this kind of information or these very long questions, you need to, before we start, I need to say something that we need to be, like using a very active learning when we read the questions. So we try to, try to get the information given and try to possibly round up or put a notes in it, or try to make a notes here and there, because we want to make sure that once we read the question, we also understand what type of information that are actually given to us. Alright, now let's get back to this question. Best Sports Incorporation manufactures and sells snowboards. Okay, Best Sports manufactures a single model which they name it as the fastest. In late 2017, Best Sports Management Accounting gathered the following data to prepare budgets for January 2018. So here we can see the information in regards to the materials and labor requirements, the direct material used in order for them to produce the snowboard. They use wood of 9 board feet, fiberglass 10 yards per snowboard. Direct manufacturing labor is 5 hours per snowboard. Okay, so I named this table as table 1 to make it easier for me to refer to this information when I explain about the answer later on. Best Sports CEO expects to sell 2,900 snowboards during January 2018 at an estimated retail price of $650 per board. Further, the CEO expects 2018 beginning inventory of 500 snowboards and would like to end January 2018 with 200 snowboards in stock. Okay, so I named this information in regards to the price as well as the number of units that they plan to sell is 2,900. Alright, the price as well as the information regarding the beginning inventory as well as the ending inventory. Okay, I named this information as Info 1 or Information 1. Right, now we look at other information given to us. The direct materials inventories information, we can see here for direct materials. You remember that in management accounting we'll learn about direct material, direct labor as well as overhead. So this is the information related to direct material only. Okay, so they use both wood and fiberglass, and we can see here for wood, the beginning inventory for the year of 2018, the quantity is 2040 board feet, while for ending inventory for wood is 1540 board feet. Fiberglass is 1040 yards, while the ending inventory is 2040 yards, and I named this as table 2. Alright, here is basically other information given to you. We continue our questions. Variable manufacturing overhead is $7 per direct manufacturing labor hour. Okay, so this information is important because it refers to $7 based on direct manufacturing labor hour. There are also 81,000 in fixed manufacturing overhead costs budgeted for January 2018. Best Sports combines both variable and fixed manufacturing overhead into a single rate based on direct manufacturing labor hours. Variable marketing costs are allocated at a rate of $250 per sales visit. the marketing plan calls for 38 sales visits during January 2018. Finally, there are 35,000 in fixed non-manufacturing costs budgeted for January 2018. Okay? I name this information, I call it as information 2. Other data include, alright, so for 2017, the unit price for wood is $32 per board feet, while for 2018 is $34 per board feet. Fiberglass is 8 per yard, 9 per yard in 2018. Direct manufacturing labor is $28 per hour, while in 2018 it is $29 per hour. I call this table as table 3. Other information given is about the inventoriable unit cost for ending finished goods inventory on December 31st, 2017. Okay, is $374.80. Assume Best Spots uses a FIFO inventory method for both direct materials and finished goods. Ignore work in process in your calculation. So this is another information given to us, and I label this paragraph as information 3. Okay, later we are going to look at the questions, what types of calculation that we need to do after this. Okay, based on the information given, you are required to prepare the January 2018 revenue budget, production budget, direct material usage and purchases budget for January 2018, direct manufacturing labor cost budget for January 2018, manufacturing overhead cost budget. Okay, and then they ask you to calculate the budgeted manufacturing overhead rate, budgeted manufacturing overhead cost per output unit, right? And then calculate the cost of snowboard manufacture in 2018. Okay, ending inventory budget, and the last one, they ask you to prepare a cost of goods sold budget for January 2018. Okay, here is the solution for question 1, that is related to the revenue budget. Revenue budget is quite simple and quite straightforward, and the purpose of revenue budget is for us to calculate the total revenues. So you have to remember, in order for us to calculate the total revenue, we need to know the number of units as well as the selling price. So once we know what will be the number of units that the company expected to sell, as well as the selling price, we can easily calculate the total revenues. So for these questions, I take the information from information 1 for units as well as the information given in information 1, okay, for the selling price. Right, so here is the information 1. This is where Best Sport expect to sell 2,900, okay, at an estimated retail price of 650. So I use this information in 4 units and put it as selling price, and times units with the selling price, we will get the total revenue of 1885000. Right. Okay, now we move to schedule 2. We call it as production budget in unit for January 2018. Production budget means that in schedule 2, we are going to calculate how many units that we need to produce. Okay, so as in this case, we should start the production budget with the budgeted unit sales that we can get from schedule 1. Okay, so here is actually the schedule 1. So this is the information from schedule 1, where this information from schedule 1 that we get here is actually from the information 1 that I showed you before. Okay, this is the information 1. Here is the 2,900 that that the CEO expect to sell. Okay, and after that we have to add the target ending finished good inventory. It must be on the finished good because it's about the production or how many units we want to produce on that year. So we have to add the target ending finished good inventory, and this is the amount is 200, and this is also based on the information 1. Okay, so if you look at the information 1, the CEO expects 2018 beginning inventory of 500 and would like to end January with 200 snowboard in stock. So this is basically the beginning inventory information, while for this is actually the ending inventory information, that is 200. Okay, so we add the ending inventory 200, so the total requirement is 3100. Now we have to deduct the beginning finished good inventory, that is 500, also from information 1 here, the 500 here. So the units to be produced now is 2600. So this is actually the amount that the company have to produce. Okay, this is Schedule 3A, which is related to direct materials usage budget for January 2018. In this very first part of Schedule 3A, we have to prepare the physical units budget. We want to know the quantity of the woods and fiberglass that we want to use in our production. So for wood, because this is direct materials and the direct material used is wood and fiberglass, so we have to calculate for both of them. Wood is 2600, as well as the fiberglass also 2600, and this information is actually based on Schedule 2. Okay, so you have to be careful. You should not look at 2900, that is the information on the expected unit to be sold, but you have to look at the Schedule 2, because in Schedule 2 we already make an adjustment, okay, based on budgeted unit, and then we add the ending finished good, and we deduct with the finished good inventory, we deduct with the beginning finished good inventory, and we come up with the units to be produced is 2600. So based on this amount, what will be our needs for our production? So that's why here you can see that wood is 2600 and fiberglass also 2600 based on the units of the production, times with 9 board feet and times with 10 yards, because this is the quantity need to be used for them to prepare the snowboard. For each of the snowboard they need 9 board feet and 10 yards of the fiberglass, and this information 9 and 10 is actually given in table 1. Okay, alright, so as you can see here in table 1, wood, materials and labor that they need 9 board feet and fiberglass is 10 yard per snowboard. Okay, so this like the information here is in the form of board feet and yards. It's not in RM, it's not in ringgit. Okay, so it is in terms of the measurement is on board feet and yards itself. Okay, now we know that the physical unit budget, the quantity of the wood and fiberglass they need for them to produce 2600 unit is 23,400 for wood and 26,000 yards for fiberglass. So this is in the form of physical units. Now we move and we look at the cost budget for the direct materials that they are going to use. Okay, because this is in the forms of physical units, is in the forms of measurement is different. So now we want to calculate using in monetary terms what will be the cost of the inventory that they already have, as well as once they are not enough they have to buy more. So because they want to buy more, what will be the amount that they have to spend for that? Okay, in regards to cost budget for direct material that they are going to use, alright, we can divide it into two main parts. The first one is where we are going to look at the cost of the beginning inventory, beginning inventory of the wood and fiberglass that they already have in their stock. So this is actually available from beginning inventory from the previous year obviously it's from 2017. This is because we are going to prepare the direct material usage for 2018. Therefore, here for the beginning inventory, this must be referring to the information from the year 2017. Okay, so according to the information given to us, you can see in table 2, the information in regards to wood and fiberglass, the beginning inventory, okay, for the year 2018 is both 2040 and 1040, okay, and this is in table 2. Okay, here is the information. Wood 2040 and fiberglass is 1040. So this is the beginning inventory in the beginning of 2018, which means we carry this forward from the year 2017. Okay, in regards to the price here, given that this is beginning inventory, obviously the cost we have to use the price based on the year 2017. Okay, so we have to refer to table 3 here. Okay, so for wood and fiberglass, in the past it was 32,000 per board feet and 32 ringgit per board feet and 8 ringgit per yard. Okay, so as you can see here, 32 and here is also 8 based on the information for the year 2017. So you have to be careful because we have 2017 information as well as 2018 information, so it might be a little bit confusing for you. So in this case, you have to open your eyes out wide, and you have to, you know, like be very selective in this and be extremely careful in this. All right, so total for wood is 65,280, and for fiberglass you times 1040 board feet times with 8 ringgit and you can get 8320 over here. Okay, this is actually the information from the beginning inventory. So for direct material usage, this is the whatever that we have in stock at this point of time. This is from the previous year's stock of wood and previous year's fiberglass. Okay, so it seems that this amount is not enough. Okay, this amount is not enough because we only just have 2040 and 1040 board feet of the wood and 1040 board feet of the fiberglass. As we calculate before, we need this amount, 23,400 board feet for the wood as well as 26,000 yards for the glass. So we have to, you know, like it seems that our current inventory is not enough, so that's why we have to buy more. So in order for us to buy more, here we can see, okay, from this calculation how much we actually need to purchase. 23,400 here, we have to minus 2040 that we have in our beginning inventory, and we times with the price for the wood per board feet based on the year 2018. Same goes to fiberglass. So fiberglass here is 26,000. We have to minus with 1040 that we already have in our inventory, because now we want to identify how much we need to buy more. Okay, so we times with 9 ringgit. Okay, based on 9 ringgit is also price for the year 2018, because we want to buy this in current period. So current year is 2018. So the price as in table 3, okay, we look back at table 3. Here is the table 3. We can see that for the year 2018, the unit price is 34 and 9 respectively. So I include the price here, and you times this, all right, the remaining of this times with the price, and you can get this figure. So the total cost of direct material to be used is, you know, you calculate for both of them is 791,520, and also you add both of them, you can get 232,960, and the total of both would be 1024,480. Alright, now we look at the direct materials purchases budget, because just now we look at the usage, but now we want to buy the remaining of the board as well as the wood as well as the fiberglass. So in this direct material purchases budget, we want to identify the quantity of the wood that we want to buy as well as the cost for us to buy the wood and fiberglass. Okay, we start with the physical units budget, where production usage is actually from schedule 3A before. Okay, so here is the schedule 3A, and here is actually the amount that I want to show you, 23,400 and 26,000. all right, and we add target ending inventory. Okay, and this information is actually given. Okay, and this is the balance of the total requirement, as well as deduct the beginning inventory of 2040 and 1040, and you can see that the purchases that the company has to make is 22,900 and 27,000. All right, so for this target ending inventory and the deduct of the beginning inventory, this information we can actually get from table 2. Okay, also the beginning inventory also from table 2. Okay, 1540. Right, this is for ending inventory. Okay, this is 1540. Alright, this is for ending inventory, and for fiberglass 2040 here, and we move it here. Okay, and we deduct with beginning inventory here 2040 and 1040. Okay, so in terms of purchases, the quantity that we need to purchase is this 22,900 baud feet of wood and 27,000 baud feet of the fiberglass. Okay, now we want to calculate about the price, because this is actually in the form of baud feet. Okay, in this form of yards. Okay, not in the form of RM, not in the form of dollar or ringgit. Now we are going to calculate for the cost budget. Now we want to buy 22,900. We have to times with the price, okay, for the wood for the year 2018, because we want to buy that in this year. So same goes to fiberglass. Here 27,000. This is the 27,000 yards that we want to buy. We have to time with $9. So this is the amount, and we can add them up, and totally we can get around 1 million. Okay, 1,021,600. Okay. Alright, now we look at direct manufacturing labor budget. And in regards to this, we have to remember, just now we just have a look at direct material, but now we are looking at direct labor. Okay, so basically the unit we want to produce is 2,600 unit. We call it as the cost driver unit. Okay, so this 2,600 we get it from schedule 2. Okay, remember schedule 2? Alright, so here it is, the 2,600 units that we want to be produced. Okay, so we also have to know how much that the company have to pay for direct manufacturing labor hours per driver unit. So it's about 5 hours per snowboard. Okay, so the quantity is 2,600. The number of hours spent for each of the board is 5 hours. Okay, so I have to make it clear this is hours. So this is referring to hours. Okay, and we get this information from table 1. Okay, go to table 1, and we can see here direct manufacturing labor is 5 hours per snowboard. Okay, and total hours would be, because you know, like, the production is 2,600 and the hours is 5 hours, so the total hours will be 13,000. So A, we have to times with B. This figure times with this, we can get 13,000 hours. And the wage rate per hour is $29 as we can see in table 3, right? Okay, so we have to remember this is the budget for 2018. So we have to look at direct manufacturing labor for the year 2018. That is 29 ringgit per hour. So 13,000 times with 29, we can get here 377,000. Okay, now after we calculate for direct material, for direct labor, it's time for us to calculate for the schedule 5, that is manufacturing overhead budget for January 2018. Okay, so we have to know here that the base for our manufacturing overhead budget, we have to be based on, you know, like the information given to us. If we look at information 2, okay, in front, this is information 1, sorry, I check for information 2. Okay, here is the information 2. Okay, now look at this information carefully. Variable manufacturing overhead is $7 per direct manufacturing labor hour. Okay, read it again. Variable manufacturing overhead is $7 based on what? Based on direct manufacturing labor hour. So direct manufacturing labor hour, okay, we already calculate here the direct manufacturing labor hour that we need. The total hours is 13,000. Okay, so therefore for variable manufacturing overhead cost here, okay, $7 here, okay, has been given in information 2 times with the 13,000 of the total hours from schedule 4 before. Okay, from schedule 4, that is here, the total hours. Okay, so the total, okay, at the budgeted level of 13,000. So if you ask where this 13,000 come from, this is basically from this total hours, okay, from the schedule 4, because this is the requirement or the information given by the question, so we have to follow. All right. The variable manufacturing overhead cost 7 times 13,000, we will get here 91,000. And the fixed manufacturing overhead cost, this information is also given in information 2. Now get back to information 2. Okay, there are also 81,000 in fixed manufacturing overhead costs budgeted for January 2018. All right. Baseport combines both variable and fixed manufacturing overhead into a single rate based on direct manufacturing labor hours. Okay, so the base that they use to calculate for variable and fixed manufacturing, they combine both of them, this cost, okay, and the base of is the direct manufacturing labor hour of that 13,000. Okay, so as for fixed manufacturing overhead cost, all right, so it is fixed regardless of the quantity that has been produced. So as is given here 81,000, so we include here 81,000, so the total manufacturing overhead cost is 172,000. Okay, the next questions, they ask you, okay, to calculate the budgeted manufacturing overhead rate. So this budgeted manufacturing overhead rate, because it's rate, we have to use, you know, like this formula, this quantity, this amount, 172,000 divide with 13,000 of the rate. This is our labor hour rate. Okay, that is 13,000 hours that needed. So we can get here the rate is $13.23 per hour. Okay, the next questions, they ask you to calculate budgeted manufacturing overhead costs per output unit. So because of per output unit, we have to divide this with our output. Our output is 2600 as per schedule, okay, as per schedule 2. Okay, so we can get here, alright, the 66 per output unit is our answer. Alright, now we look at schedule 6A on the computation of unit cost of manufacturing finished good in January 2008. So as if that we are going to break down actually the cost per unit together with the inputs, the quantity that we use for wood, for the fiberglass, for labor, as well as our overhead. We want to know for each of them actually how much we need to company have to prepare, as well as the total of them. So for this schedule 6A, alright, we line up the direct material that we are going to use. We need wood, fiberglass, direct manufacturing labor, and total manufacturing overhead. If you look at the cost per unit of input here, for the wood is 34 ringgit, for fiberglass is 9 ringgit, for direct manufacturing labor is 29. This information are actually given to us in table 3, and you have to be careful. You have to look at the year 2018, not 2017. Okay, also on the inputs, right, as we can see here, wood is 9 board feet, okay, and fiberglass is 10 yards per snowboard, as well as the direct manufacturing labor is 5 hours. Okay, here is 5 hours, and all of this information I get from table 1. Okay, so we can calculate now. Alright, wood 34 ringgit times 9, this is the total. 9 times 10, this is 90. Direct manufacturing labor is 29. For this is all of this information are for the year 2018. Okay, times with 5 hours, we can get 14500. Okay, in regards to total manufacturing overhead here, we have to look at the calculation before. Alright, so now here we can see, right, 66 per output unit here. Okay, budgeted manufacturing overhead cost per output unit. So this is 66. This is the one that we know, this is the cost per unit for overhead. So we include here our total manufacturing overhead is 66, and we total them up, and we can get that will be the sum should be 607.00. Alright, now we look at schedule 6B. This is about the ending inventories budget, okay, as per January 31, 2018. Alright, so as we can see, for direct materials, this information is given to us. The ending inventory is 1540, while the ending inventories for fiberglass is 2040, and I get this information from table 2. Okay, alright, now we look back at table 2 at the beginning of the questions. Alright, here is table 2, and this is the information that I want to show you, 1540 and 2040. And the cost per unit based on information in table 3, okay, for the year 2018 is 34 ringgit and 9 ringgit respectively, and we have to time this figure, okay, and you can get this 52,360, 18,360. Okay, that is for direct material. In regards to finished goods, alright, the snowboard, the units of the ending inventories for snowboard, this information is actually given in information 1. If you look at the information 1 here, okay, would like to end January with 200 snowboard in stock. So 200 is their ending inventory. I put it here with the price of 607. This price 607, I got it from here. That's from 6A, 607. Okay, from 6A now we can get the total is 121,400, and if we add them all, we can get 192,120. Alright, now we are currently at schedule 7. Okay, cost of goods sold. This is supposed to be the last one. Alright, and now you already almost completed with the questions. Okay, we start with the beginning finished good inventory, and as you can see here, information from the cost of goods sold, many of them are actually based on the schedule that you have calculated before. And we have to add with direct material use, direct manufacturing labor, manufacturing overhead. Okay, we have to add all of this, and we can get cost of good available for sale. And with this, we have to deduct with ending finished good inventory. Okay, only then we can get the cost of goods sold of 1639480. Right? Now allow me to explain it in greater detail. The beginning finished good inventory as per January 1, 2018, okay, basically this figure 274.80, this amount is actually given in information tree. Okay, now we look at information tree. Where is information tree? Alright, it's here. So the inventoriable unit cost for ending finished good inventory on 31st December 2017 is 374.80. So here it is. Okay, so obviously this is 31st January 2017, this is January 1, 2018, so this is the figure that we have to use. 374.80 times 500. 500 is the finished good inventory given in the information 1. Okay, now we look at the information 1. Okay, beginning inventory of 500 here. Okay, so this is based on the information given, so the total is 187,400. Direct material use, we go to table 3A. Okay, we can get the amount there. Alright, the total is 1024480. Same goes to direct manufacturing labor. Go back and check our schedule 4. This is the total there. Manufacturing overhead also. Okay, go to schedule 5. The total is 172,000. Okay, and we have to add all of this together with our beginning finished good inventory, and we can get here cost of goods available for sale 1760880, and we have to deduct with our ending finished good inventory in table 6B. This one you have to, you know, like be extra careful, because here we only will take the figure for finished good. For 6B, this is the schedule for 6B. Here, this is just the amount for finished good. Make sure that you didn't take this 192190, because 192,120 is actually the figures for both material and finished good. So we are just looking at the ending inventories for finished good here. That is 121,400. Alright, so the total of cost of goods sold after you minus with 121,400 is 1639480. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Alright, kids, you might be a little bit confused because certain information here I didn't use at all in my calculation. For example, like variable marketing cost, for example, like this information 250, the marketing plan calls for 38 sales visit, some information about non-manufacturing costs budgeted for January 2018, for example. You might feel that why I didn't use all of this information in the calculation. The point is that as for this topic, we will just cover up to the cost of goods sold, cost of goods sold budget. So the information, other information is actually be used for other types of budget. They have a specific calculation for marketing budget and etc., distribution cost budget, etc., which we will not cover in this topic. Okay, alright, that's all. Bye bye to all of you.